Hi everybody. This is a black, red, and green deck that wants to cast Black Sun's Twilight to take care of opposing creatures and get things back out of our graveyard. We want to copy this a few times in the late game with Chandra Hope's Beacon, who gives us a free copy of all the spells we cast once a turn. And then in the middle here, we've got a nice assortment of creatures that all do a little something extra and give us a little more value in the long term. My favorite here is 4 copies of Ziatora's Envoy, a great threat to play alongside Sheoldred on turn 4 that kind of demands an answer or really gives us a nice advantage moving forward, or we can kind of blitz it late game as almost a burn spell that draws us a card for its blitz cost. I know I'm running a few more creatures than normal, but that's because Black Sun's Twilight, while it is an instant and it is pretty good, it only gets cards back from our graveyard and not our opponent's. So that means we can't sit back and wait for our opponent to play something good. We need to play some fun stuff ourselves, so I'm happy to stick a few more interesting creatures in here than I might normally play. We've got some removal here in the early game, some interesting 3 and 4 drop creatures, so I hope you enjoy watching these games as much as I enjoyed playing them. Let's get over and see some games with this deck over on the ranked standard ladder, but as always, thank you very much for watching. All right. A little big for an opener, but we're going to keep this. Great thing about Fleshgorger, get that down on turn 3. Most opponents will want to answer that right away. Kind of clears the way for the rest of our stuff, but I'm going to try to copy some Black Sun's Zenith, or no, Black Sun's Twilight. See if we can get some free copies of that. Ooh, that's a fancy Jetmir's Garden over there. Okay, opponent's got a Herd Migration for us, so they're likely going to be Domain. All right, grabs the Swamp. We're going to play land number 3, go Fleshgorger here. Some options for next turn. Lily to help clear things out. Maybe the Envoy just as a 4-drop. Opponent's got a Vorak for us, so they're going to find probably some more lands. And a Rafine's Tower for our opponent. So let's attack. This creature has Menace, so can't be blocked anyway. We're going to go land number 4. Let's just go for Lily here. And we will make you sacrifice a creature. Excellent. So we don't have anything fantastic to do on turn 5 other than this Envoy, so we can go ahead and play that next turn. Aha, opponent's got an Ossification for us now. Great, Lily's done her job. She is not integral to this deck, that's fine with me. A second Ossification. Alright, you're going to have to pay a little life for that, but that takes care of the Gorger. Good news is, if we can get rid of that later, we get the full price version back and not the prototype. Alright, Riveteers Charm the draw. Let's just go regular Envoy here. And that gives us the option the turn after that to either do a Black Sun's Twilight on 5 or a Chandra. Opponent with a Scrap Gorger here. Not good for our Reanimator game plan. Can eat things right out of our graveyard. Let's go attacking and see what they do first of all. No blocks. Let's see. So we get a free go for the Throat off the top of our library. Pretty good. Let's go land number 6 then and play Chandra. And I think we're going to go taking a look at the top here. There's a decent chunk of spells. All right, she finds us another go for the Throat, so that's pretty good. Ooh. Opponent's got an Invasion of Alara here. All right, so they get to play Archangel of Wrath. They can kick it at least once, I think. And they decide to hit Chandra with that. Okay. Topiary Stomper the draw. Nothing to reanimate in our graveyard yet. Let's go for the Throat on that Angel. Yeah, it's gonna get copied. Not much we can do about that. And we could have Charmed, but it would have just copied the same sacrifice mode of the Charm. We wouldn't have been able to like exile their graveyard, for example. So that wouldn't have worked. We're going to add some mana with Chandra to get her up a little bit. Play out this Stomper, pull a land out. And that will leave us with both Twilight and the Charm as optional things to do, or just cycling away this Proving Ground with some of our extra mana. Okay, opponent's got another Angel here. Alright. 2 kicker costs means they can take care of the Envoy. Sure. Alright, we're going to go land. And I think Black Sun's Twilight here. Doesn't need to be any more than 5. That's enough to take care of this Angel. And unfortunately, I think we've only got the 1 Envoy in our graveyard, so that's the only thing we're going to bring back. That's too bad. Well, not that I can complain about that. Let's get Chandra's loyalty up a little bit. Threaten to finish our opponent off with some burn. Got plenty of land, so this Stomper can attack. Bringing our opponent down to 9. Any more Angels for us here? A Fleetfoot Dancer. What are we doing? We're attacking Chandra. Well, I'm going to keep Chandra around. We're going to make you sacrifice. That gets copied, but unfortunately no second creature. All these copies going to waste this game. What a shame. All right, opponent scoops it up. Good game. All right. I think this looks pretty good. A couple of spells to hopefully hold our opponent off on turns 1 through 3. Get things going here on turn 4 with a Sheoldred. So let's start off with Deathcap Glade. Opponent with a fancy mountain. They're going Vron Executioner Thane. I think I'm saying that right. Alright, let's pass and see what else they do. I think old Vron is limited to like 1 activation per turn, so it's not like they're going to get a big combo hit off with that. Hits us for 2. My old PC struggling to keep up with the with the high-end animations of MTG Arena. Let's go ahead and use Tear Asunder on this Dragon Spark Reactor. And Epicure to make a blood token. I like where you're going with this deck, opponent. This is nice, but I can't let it stick around. It's gonna get me. Got some cool art on the Thane there. Yep, it is just once per turn, I believe. Okay, opponent's got an experimental synthesizer. Starting a prog rock band over here with red and black. Another Dragon Spark Reactor. I see where you're going. Alright, so that gets a counter. Opponent comes across the table with their creatures. Hits us for 3. We're going to go to 14. We'll just take it from here. Turn number 4. Sheoldred, a great blocker. Maybe we can slow things down a little bit. Need to start playing our creatures out to the board so that we can get them back later with Black Sun or with this Gix's Command we've got. Dracula. This feels like a trap. We're going to do it anyway. It's fine if they go to the grave. Alright, Dracula gives him a blood token for that creature going to the graveyard. Puts a counter on the reactor. And yeah, now's your chance if you want to hit Sheoldred for the rest. They're going to do Voltage Surge, sacrifices the synthesizer, so they see an extra card off the top, as that's enough damage to put Sheoldred down. Okay, we draw a tap land, which I think we're going to play out. And yeah, let's just go with a normal Envoy. It's bigger than everything they've got. Pass it on back. I think it's definitely time to start considering some removal for our opponent's creatures before they start doing any kind of combo artifact production stuff. Land for our opponent. What is that last card? Who knows? They're going to attack. We're just going to take it and go to 10. And opponent scoops it up. All right. Good game. All right. Back for another one. I feel for our last opponent. That deck looked cool. But sometimes you just realize it's not going to work. I've definitely done that before. Put something together, I'm all hyped about it, and then a certain interaction doesn't work the way I thought it did, and it's like, oh, well, that was a waste of time. I don't know. That one looked like it was going to work, though. All right. Opponent's got some white and black lands here. Starting off with an ambitious farm hand. We'll see which direction they go. We're going to play land number 2, keep up some removal in case they play something good, but for now the farm hand is probably just going to hit us for 1 a few times. They got a Spirited Companion to go with it. This looks like standard mid-rangey kind of control fare. Might see a Restoration of Eiganjo soon. Probably some Wandering Emperor. Have to keep that in mind when we get our Envoy going later. But for now, let's start off with Fleshgorger. Get that on the board. Opponent having a little think here. So we've got some options for next turn. We've got our Ziatora's Envoy we can go with. We got 2 removal spells. We pick up a Glissa off the top. All right, well, let's attack first and see what they do. I'll give them the option if they want to triple block this creature and take care of it. And they do not. All right, let's play land number 4 then. And I kind of want to get Glissa down. Glissa, a great source of card draw. If they let her through, she can take care of enchantments. So opponent's got 2 of those in dog form right now. Ooh, and a Circuit Mender. Speaking of cards that I like that I've never been able to work, or get to work rather, Circuit Mender. All right, land number 5 from us. Many removal options in hand, but all right, I think we're going to do Sheoldred. Gives us a creature. They can sacrifice something. They get rid of one of the companions. We're going to attack. All right, they block with the Mender. And the Gorger gets in for 3. All right, Sheoldred's Edict then from our opponent. I guess it's the Gorger here. We've got options to get that back later in the game. So I think that'll be okay. All right, well, all the removal spells here, but our creature's still just outclassing what our opponent has on the board. Glissa hits first. Sheoldred has Menace and can't be blocked. There's a Restoration. All right, so they can't choose the order, so they got to start from 1. Finds a Plains. We'll probably get back the Spirited Companion next turn. Let's go ahead and remove a blocker here for Glissa. That should allow Glissa to get rid of this enchantment when she hits during combat. Right, so Glissa's got first strike. She's going to go first. Destroy target enchantment. We'll get rid of the Restoration. And then Sheoldred gets her punches in. We'll play land number 6, and we'll just pass it on back. So if the opponent's got a board wipe here... I was going to say, it's probably board wipe time once you hit 5 mana. Exiles our creatures. We've got the Envoy on deck if we want to blitz that. Oh, and of course we draw Black Sun after all of our stuff gets exiled. That is a shame. Tell you what, let's just pass it on over. We could have blitzed that Envoy there, I guess, but no, we do have a Gorger down here, but that's going to be expensive to get back. Since when the Black Sun looks at it, it's got to be X equals 7, so that means we need 8 lands on board. Let's go ahead and go for the Throat this Paragon. They were able to find a Plains, but I don't think that is key to their victory. Let's play out this land here. All right, what the heck? Let's get the Envoy going. It's a little card draw. It can trample over this creature. Maybe we can get another creature on board for free with this ability. All right, opponent blocks, goes to 2. Oh, they're going to gain 2. That's right, because it came back with the Paragon. We just see a land, so we draw that. All right. And Envoy goes to the graveyard. Oh, we pick up a Chandra. Very nice. Let's see what our opponent's got for us then. See a Reliquary on board, an Incubator token, 7 cards in hand. And a Kaya. Okay, that could be some life gain. Very important. Gets you just out of range of Chandra here. Alright, opponent goes back up to 7, so we're going to need something else. Let's use Sheoldred's Edict to get rid of Kaya effectively. Has hexproof, so luckily we've got that in the deck. Huh. So it could be Twilight time. Could be Migloz time, actually. Nah, let's see. Yeah, Chandra can't be dealt with a farewell, and I have a sneaking suspicion our opponent's got that in their deck. Let's try to grab a spell. We get a Twilight. All right. Scoured Barrens for the opponent. Goes to 8. Transforms the Incubator. It's only a 2/2. Attacks, we can't hit it with Go for the Throat. But Chandra's left alive, and her ability works no matter what loyalty she's at. Opponent follows up with a Sheoldred here. We're going to drop to 20. All right, is it time? Are we going to live the dream? Okay, oh, come on. We almost got it. Good game. Can't keep this hand. We need a few more lands that produce black, especially. We're going to keep this, and think we toss back Command. No, Twilight. Yeah, probably the least useful. In the early game, at least, Command does everything that Twilight does, except it gives us more options for card draw, etc. Man, I tell you, I was trying to build a deck where I could copy Black Sun's Twilight. And we got there, but the opponent had ESP or something telepathic going on there. They conceded before we could do it. Well, at least we know it. We know it could have happened. The deck building abilities aren't totally gone. We're going to start off with Migloz here. Creature I have very little experience with. Trying to give our opponent a tempting target for some removal. Gala Greeters, though. Okay. I wonder if we can command these things off the board. It's choose 2, so let's see. I want to do X damage. And I think we'll do a little bit of draw and discard. So that's us for the draw. Gala Greeters, definitely want that to go away. I'm going to discard the Proving Ground. It's a little slow. Finds us at Gix's command. So let's go attacking with Migloz. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Apologies to any Phyrexians who are watching. Opponent with the queen here. All right, I'm sensing a theme. Crawling Chorus. Chorus probably just here because it makes a token upon its demise. All right, let's go back to us. How does Gix's command work? I think we might have to use it on both modes. Or it might go in order. I can't remember. Let's see. Probably just to be safe, we're going to have to do both of these. So, yeah, gets rid of the small creatures, and then they sacrifice the biggest one that's left over. Yep. So if we hadn't chosen the sacrifice, I think the queen would have been left alive. Just the way the words work. All right, opponent's got a wedding announcement. Crawling Chorus, still able to kind of build up a board of tokens. Hits us for a little poison damage. All right, land for us. Got old Migloz on board here. That can take care of an artifact or an enchantment, but I think what we want to do is just give it a little vigilance. Just send it in, keep it available as a blocker. Keep trying to get that damage in, so Chandra could be kind of a sneaky way to finish this game off. We're going to eat the Lunarch Veteran out of the grave. Keep them from at least gaining life for now, as our creatures are kind of going to hold off this little token army, hopefully for a little bit longer. Opponent's got a Revelry, gains some life, but no card drawn, no creatures created. And Wedding Announcement makes a token. Swamp the draw. All right, let's go attacking again then. Let's pull out Crawling Chorus. Not sure that matters too much which we choose. All right, drops our opponent to 8. Think we are safe to play Swamp then. And I kind of want to just end it there. So our Trespasser flips over into the Glutton. Opponent's got a Jetmir for us. This could be painful. Okay, but nothing else to follow up with. We take a nice chunk of 8 damage there and drop to 13. Opponent draws, and everybody was vigilant, so they're full of blockers. All right, well, Jetmir presents a new wrinkle. Let's go attacking, though. We're going to eat Queen Alanal and the Gallic Readers out of the graveyard. Does 2 damage to our opponent, dropping them to 6. Okay, they are blocking everything. All right, I think that order's fine on the first one. With Migloz here, we can pump it up a little bit, at least take out those creatures. Let's see, and then Charm, they'll just sacrifice Jetmir most likely. Yep, that's how that works. They'll sacrifice Jetmir. That brings everybody down a little bit. And we can take some more counters off of Migloz, get them even bigger. Okay, so we've kept our stuff, got rid of most of theirs. Left with a couple of 2/2s. Tokazia's Welcome, the follow-up. Gallic Readers. And just a Mirex. Attacks with the Mites because they can't block. Okay, so with one blocker, we're guaranteed some damage, and then Chandra should be able to just finish this off. All right, let's go to attacks. We're going to eat Jetmir and, just Jetmir. Blocks Migloz there, takes 3 from the Trespasser, and Chandra should be enough to put this one away. All right, we got there. Just for style, we'll hit a Might too. Good game, opponent. All right, we've got our friend Tranquil Frillback here. We're going to keep this. One of the Aftermath cards. We draw Gix's Command, so let's play our tapped Proving Ground. Opponent's on some red and green. This could be a nice old-fashioned slugfest here. Let's go ahead and go for the throat. This Beast Caller keeps it from putting any counters on anything else. Beastcaller, probably one of the creatures with the lowest rate of survival in Magic the Gathering currently. Alright, so Frillback, you don't have reach, you're not going to help right now. Let's play Proving Ground and just pass. If they play anything better than this, we can possibly get rid of that later. Ugh. Beastcaller. Okay. Well, luckily they're out of mana. So let's go ahead and Black Sun's Twilight the Devastator right now. We draw another land. So let's play land number 4. And I think we can wait on this Edict. Or we can just go Frillback right now, but don't think that really gets us anywhere. Yeah, let's go for it. We will pay, and we will gain some life. Gives us a little bit of a blocker. Could also be something that gets counters with Gix's command. Okay, well, Beastcaller's still the only creature on board here. Opts not to attack. And we've got Sheoldred, so when they sacrifice this, there is nowhere for the counters to go. And we will attack with the trusty Frillback. Hit the opponent for 3, drop him to 16. Opponent's got a Scrapgorger. Scrapgorger is taking a trip to the hot springs. We'll be able to block our Frillback effectively, or if they've got a little more to do now. Looks like they do. Opponent adding a mana, eats the Devastator out of their own graveyard. Follows up with Unnatural Restoration with Proliferate. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that interaction with the hot spring. All right, so we're up to land number 6 here. Opponent's got no blockers. I think what we do here is Edict just to keep them a little bit low on mana. I think if they had anything bigger than the Beastcaller, they would have played that there. And we can deal with that next turn. Opponent falls to 9 with that attack from us. Kodama of the West Tree. So I see we've got some kind of modified red and green creature list here. Kodama takes a nice relaxing dip in the spring. Haste, Trample, and Reach hits us for 4, goes to grab a land. Does that land come into play tapped? I believe it does. Alright, I don't think we even need to remove this creature then. Right? Am I missing something? They've got 1 red up. We can Gix's command, make them sacrifice a creature, and put 2 counters on our creature. Gets us right up to Xaxes for lethal, and we attack. Alright. Good game there.